we're already 12 years later. Okay, so this is done. Whatever damage done at that time, it's done. And there's a lot of reports saying after that cleansing of the CIA Chinese assets, the CIA and intelligence community has a hard time to reestablish their bases in China, to recruit valuable Chinese as their assets. I mean, I don't blame them. Who would? Because it seems like you have a leaky vessel. Okay, it seems like it's very dangerous to share information with you because all 60 of them has been executed. The people who are the colleagues, which I will share with you how they've been executed, and also, a story from the New York Times just after I talk about this Mo. Okay, so according to the report that I just read to you, Jerry Lee was identified as the only Mo in this whole incident. Okay, in this one of the worst CIA mistakes in their history. So the ex-CIA officer sentenced to 19 years in Chinese espionage conspiracy. So he did sold information to Chinese. Later on, they find in 2019, they find out. That's why they charged him and sentenced him to 19 years in prison. And he also Lee pleaded guilty to conspiring with Chinese intelligence agencies starting in 2010 after he left the agency. So a little bit background on this Lee. Jerry Lee resigned from CIA in 2007. But prior to his resignation, he has been actually working in Hong Kong as the CIA's employee. Okay, because he was so close with the CCP, because we all know, if you listened to the show previously, you know the United Front, the spy networks in Hong Kong at that time. So because he was working in Hong Kong prior to his resignation, he came to know a lot of the CCP people, right? Especially intelligence communities. So from one of those moments at interactions, he was recruited by the CCP. But after that, he resigned. He left the CIA and he went to the Hong Kong and started his tobacco business. Guess who? With his business partner has a link to the Chinese state security. That's his business partner. Okay. And he then came back to the CIA, worked for the CIA again. I think if I remember correctly, back in 2012, again, he started working with the CIA. If I remember the name, the year correctly, maybe it's 2010 or 2012. I can't remember. But according to a lot of the reports from the United mainstream outlets, including AP, Associated Press, one of the report mentioning about the CIA starting suspected of him. So they actually set a trap for him to recruit him back because they wanted to tracking him to see if he has been the one to leak the information to the CCP in earlier. So the second time he was hired back to the CIA did a search, find out some notebook in his hotel room that has 8 or 9 Chinese, like a spy's name. But it didn't say, none of the report confirmed that those 9 people's name are actually linked back to the 60 people's names. So we don't know whether the 9 people are new peoples or whether links to the 60 that was executed already. But he also has a lot of other people's name, other CIA agents' name, which working for the United States. So he put a lot of people's life in danger. This is why he was sentenced for 19 years in the Chinese espionage conspiracy in 2019. And this investigation, according to the court documents reported by New York Times, that he received more than $840,000 for his work, for selling information to the Chinese Communist Party. Okay.